Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tech in a Nutshell. Today's video, we're going to focus in on prompt engineering for LLMs. Okay, so what is this all about? Have you ever asked ChatGPT a question and gotten a very vague or confusing answer? Right? You type in something and the response is not what you really wanted. The truth is the secret isn't just AI, it's how we ask the question. That's where something called prompt engineering comes in. And the next few minutes, we're going to be looking at what this means, why it matters, and how you can use it even as a complete beginner. So, what exactly is prompt engineering? Large language models or LLMs like ChatGPT or Claude are trained to generate texts based on the instructions we give them. Now, that instruction is called a prompt. Prompt engineering is simply the skill of writing better prompts so you can get better results. Now, so here's a simple analogy. Imagine you are, giving a direction to a taxi driver and you just say, take me somewhere, right? You will end up anywhere, right? But if you say, take me to 123 Main Street at 3 p.m., this taxi driver will take you to exactly where you need to be, right? At that time. Now, prompt engineering works the same way. The clearer your instructions, the better the AI's response. Now, why does all this matter? Right? It matters because good prompts save you time. Instead of trying 10 different, questions or instructions, you can get what you need the very first or second time. And we have seen that better prompts also give you higher quality answers. Whether it's writing an essay, brainstorming a business idea, or even generating code, the more detailed or contextualized your prompt is, the better the results. And here's the big one. Good prompts let you control tone, your style, and your level of detail. So in a world where, more workplaces are adopting AI every day, prompt engineering is quickly becoming a core skill. If you want to see an AI generated content, it is very easy to spot when you have a very bad prompt because the responses you would get is likely to be very generic. So good prompt is super important when working with LLMs. Okay, so some techniques that you can use right away to improve how you prompt. Number one is be specific. Okay, instead of asking summarize this article, you could say something like summarize this article in 3 bullet points for a high school student. So it's very important to give context to whatever instructions or prompts you are giving these LLMs. Okay, the number two is, like I said, give context. You need to tell the AI who it should act as or who the audience is. For example, you could say, you are a career coach, write advice for graduates entering the job market. Okay, the number three technique you can use is set a format. So if you want a list, a step-by-step guide, or a table, just tell these LLMs what you really want. Okay, do not assume they understand what you want. You are the one who would be specific and give the instructions the same way we speak to our fellow humans. Okay, and number four is iterate. Do not be afraid to iterate, to try things a second or third time. We don't expect these LLMs to be perfect on the very first try. So the important to ask follow-up questions and refine your prompt based on the answer you get. Okay, so think of it as a conversation, not a one-shot command. So let's take a look at this practically. Now, if I open ChatGPT and I tell it, for example, write about climate change. Now, AI would likely give you a very long general essay. It's useful, but it's not focused. Okay, so it's very, very long, and it may not necessarily be what you are looking for. Now, here's the better prompt we can use. You could say, write 100-word summary of climate change causes and effects in simple language for a 12-year-old. Now you see there will be a clear difference, in the output of this prompt as opposed to this longer one. So you can see my goal here was I needed a 100-word summary of climate change causes and effects in simple language. Now you can see just by tweaking the prompt, I have something more useful to what I'm looking for. Okay. Now, that's the power of prompt engineering. You're telling AI exactly what you want instead of leaving it to guess. Okay, I hope this has been useful. Just to wrap up, we said prompt engineering is the art of asking better questions to unlock better answers. So remember these 4 steps: be specific, give context, set the format, and also refine. So see yourself as the coach and see AI as the player. We are the ones giving these LLMs instructions and they are carrying out the tasks for us. So the better your instructions, the better the performance of these LLMs. Okay, so now when you're trying ChatGPT or any other AI tool, you want to be really, really specific on what you're looking for. Okay, now if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Tech in a Nutshell for more short practical guides on making AI work for you. Okay, thank you so much everyone. I'll see you in the next video.